Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. I am in Santa Ana, California at the Santa Ana Zoo, much smaller than the San Diego Zoo. We were here about 10 months ago. I thought I'd revisit it. There's so much to cover. The economy is slowing down. The dam is about to break on everything. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Plus, don't forget Webull. If you guys want to trade stocks, the easiest method to trade stocks is clearly on Webull. If you sign up using the link below, you get 2 free shares of stock. If you fund the account with anything, a penny, they will give you 3 more shares of stock. That can be worth up to $9,600. If you want to trade cryptos, again, easy spot to trade cryptos. Put any money in, $1 in to trade cryptos, and they will give you $5 free. Check out the link below. We're getting warnings from around the world, but we're getting warnings that are pretty serious right now. And we just heard from Costco, Kroger, Walmart, and they're back to their old ways where they're limiting purchases of what they call essentials, okay? So that's kind of crazy, guys. I didn't know anything was happening right now that we needed to worry about essentials. First thing, water, sugar, certain gas products that you can't buy at certain places. They're limiting gas purchases at certain Costco's right now, which is nuts. Vegetables, toilet paper, things like that. You're seeing a limited supply at some of these places right now. That is insane, guys, okay? We're also seeing that the price, I'm gonna go in the bird sanctuary right now. We're seeing that the prices are absolutely shooting up. And this is cool as I walk into this thing before I get in. The whole area is netted. Then you've got these plastic areas, but right now I'm inside of the bird sanctuary, and everything. I mean, it's totally open. You can walk through here, but birds fly through here freely. It's really cool. So many areas are seeing problems with getting merchandise, fronting merchandise that we've talked about in the past. But the prices are absolutely outrageous right now. And again, this should get you concerned. You guys should be really seriously worried right now about stocking up and preparing, because everything is going up right now. We're seeing rents at an all-time high. In Manhattan, the rents are now skyrocketing again. 6 months ago, there was a glut of apartments. Now it's down to 2%. And they're also seeing all-time highs for rental prices right now. $3,644 is the average rent in Manhattan right now. You guys hear that? I mean, that's so much. It's absolutely outrageous. Isn't this place beautiful? The Independent Restaurant Association is talking about how can they get money for the restaurant groups. And one thing that they want to come up with is more grant money. And they're talking about how 52%, it is anticipated that all the restaurants right now, 52% will go out of business. Now, last year, think about this. I did 3 videos on restaurants, and I said half the restaurants are going to go out, then I did 2/3, and then I upped it to 3/4. It's so bad. You have to make this decision. Do we give money to these people right now? Do we give them more tax dollars? I want you guys to tell me if you think that we should fund the restaurant industry. Do you guys eat out as much as you do? I don't eat out as much as I used to. I think it's crazy right now to spend all this money and continue throwing money at a bad business. Now, the problem with restaurateurs, and there's a ton on here, and they all reach out and tell me different things, and that is that they are absolutely shell-shocked with the prices that they have to pay, the wholesale prices. They're having problems getting product. Some places have to source vegetables from 3 and 4 different locations, constantly looking. Some people have told me that they have staff that all they do is source goods now. How ridiculous is that? It's not cooking, but I guarantee you, if you have somebody that's, let's say they've been in business 20 years, they have menus, they have consistent things that they buy for sauces and for preparation that they're not getting right now. And it's definitely changing the food quality. It's definitely changing what they're delivering to their customers. Check out the flamingos up there on top. Isn't that cool? Yeah, we got a lot of the birds inside here. Again, smaller zoo, guys, but just a beautiful place to walk around, and it's peaceful. This place used to be called Prentice Park. It was owned by the Prentice family, and they donated it to the city of Santa Ana. Great story with this, in that when they donated the land for the zoo, they insisted that they had to have a set amount of monkeys on the property at all times. And the rumor has always been 50 monkeys. There was an heir to the Prentice family that wanted the real estate, because this is prime Orange County real estate, guys. I'm right next to the 5 freeway. You've got, there, when I leave this place, there's condos being built all over the place. But the rumor was one of the heirs would come out and count the number of monkeys to make sure they had it, because they had to turn the property over to the family if they didn't have it. So needless to say, he lost, and the place is still here. Do we give more money to restaurants? What do you do? When do you fold up shop? Seriously, that's the toughest thing. There are so many people out here that have lost businesses that watch this channel over the last 2 years, and the majority of them, some are dealing with the fallout of that, and it's difficult. Sometimes you have litigation, you have different problems that these people have to deal with, but as they're dealing with that, others have gone out and started a business again, or done something else and moved on. You have to ask yourself this question of what's the right answer. I mean, not every business is going to make it. Not every business should borrow money. And I tell people this all the time. There's a tremendous amount of venture capital money. There's a tremendous amount of investors out there that will give you money for your technology ideas and for your businesses. Is that the right thing to do? Is it right to go borrow money right now? Because people are going to think that's the thing. In business, they were talking about what to do when there's a downturn. In a lot of things that I believe, and there's a great article, and it's things that I could recommend for you guys as well. If you are in business, you've got to take care of your existing customers. That's where you're going to get the most amount of business from in the future. Your existing customer base that you guys have right now, got the camels. See the office building in the background? Your existing customer base should help you sell 20% of your business. Think about that. Should always be hitting them up. Always be, how was the service? And I'm not talking about Yelp. I'm talking about personal interaction with them. When was the last time as the owner you picked up the phone and thanked someone? That's of serious value when you do that. And again, doesn't mean you have to go out of business. It just means that you have to work differently right now. A lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people did business a certain way for 20 years, and that's how they want to do it. Great. It's a different world out there right now. And you don't throw good money after bad, and look at different ways to get the phone to ring. And also, that's the other thing, is when your phone rings, who are the people answering it? Are they doing a good job answering the phone? I dealt with a couple businesses this week that were absolutely horrible as far as the interaction, and it's things I really wanted to buy, and I didn't get past the receptionist because okay, I don't know if we do that. I'll let you know. Okay, do you want to take my number? I guess. How do you guys deal with this stuff? So in the morning, sometimes you don't see everything out. But again, great place to sit around, walk around, but share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. There's a lot more to cover, and everything's expensive. Everything is serious right now. A lot of people, you're gloom and doom. No, guys, just read the stories that are attached. Everything I do, sometimes I wrap 2 and 3 things together, but they're all based on fact. They're all based on dealing with a client, dealing with the stories that you read from all these different industries. But the banking industry, they're really concerned about this right now. The 10-year bonds are shooting up right now. That should be a concern for everybody. Why? There is going to be a liquidity problem with the banks where they're not going to have money right now. The fact that, my last video I was talking about how JP Morgan and Citibank and Chase are all stockpiling money because of bank losses. So Remember, people are hanging by a thread. People have overextended themselves and borrowed too much money for years now. And now things are starting to slow down. People can't handle that. Let's go advertise more. Let's go spend more money. Let's go borrow another 50 grand. Okay, we can fix this. Hunker down. I've had so many people write me in the last 24 hours and tell me about how they don't have a car payment and they're never getting rid of their cars. They've got 5-year-old cars with 80,000 miles on it. Why would I get rid of this? That's how you guys should live. You guys should don't be a debt junkie. Don't have any bills, okay? There's a lot that you can do to help yourself and help your family and ease the stress of what's going on, okay? It's tough choices, guys. And a lot of people don't want to make tough choices. We're going to start counting monkeys with you guys. So, they're not out yet. They really did clean some of this place up. It's nice. So let's take a look. Let's find some animals. Monkey! They're really doing a lot of cool stuff around here. They've got all these different upgrades that they've got scheduled and all the plans for it. You can see what they're going to do first and what's second. It's just nice, really nice. There is a clause in business, and we're talking about restaurants. When you use equipment financing, lease financing, think about this. Let's say you're going to go out and run a restaurant, and you want to get the shake machine, the pizza oven, everything like that, and you add it all up, and it's $200,000 to get your restaurant set up. A lot of people don't have that money, so what they do is they go out and they do lease financing. Now, there's something that is called a hell or high water clause. A little monkey back there. You guys see him? The hell or high water clause is what's put people out of business. When I was a young man, I had an engineer tell me that the secret to making money in business was to not have any fixed costs, not have anything that you have to pay every month, because what happens if you don't sell anything? Of course we're going to sell stuff. And the greatest advice is when you look at it, you have lots of rent and you've got your different payments and you got car payments and truck payments and insurance and payroll and people and a building and everything you have. Sometimes it's too much and sometimes the business just cannot survive that. So this hell or high water clause has made it so that people, even during the health crisis, had to pay their leases. And the problem with these restaurants is these people go out and they're financing equipment that's much more expensive than they would if they bought it and purchased it outright. So a lot of people, again, don't have the money, so they use that lease financing. Lease financing has grown in the last 2 years. It's gone up substantially, almost 30% in people that have used lease financing. And again, let's get creative, honey. It's just a payment. We're going to have a payment of $1,200 a month. It's going to be great. Let's get the printing press. Let's do it. And a lot of people have gone out of business as a result of this. But you have to make those payments, okay? So people end up going bankrupt and losing absolutely everything as a result of this because they cannot afford to make those payments. Some states are coming up with something that's utterly ridiculous as a way to combat food inflation. We're going to lower the taxes on food, on grocery items. Okay, guys, do you think that's going to do it? I mean, let's say in California you've got 9% sales tax or whatever it is. If they lowered it half, I mean, okay, we save 5% on carrots. Is that going to do it? Is that the thing that's going to make you say, oh, wow, I just saved all this money on food? I don't think so, guys. I don't think that's going to do it at all. It's like the talk of the stimulus and giving people $300 a month, for different gas incentives. And we've seen everything from gasoline, we've seen natural gas, we've seen home heating things proposed. Nothing's come about it. It's just been talk. And as we pass Easter and we go move on with our months, get closer to summer, oh, we don't have to worry about winter anymore. Well, yeah, we do. All these people are upside down. A friend of mine wrote me on Facebook, it's still snowing at her house in Idaho. That's okay. Well, it's not snowing here, guys. So I don't know why she moved from the desert to Idaho. So share your thoughts on all that stuff, guys. Hey, buddy. Now, one thing you have to see is right next door to the zoo was an old hotel, 2-story hotel that they tore down, and now they're building a 6-story condo complex that is going for 3 blocks down. Let's see if we can get a good shot of it. You can just see that. It's absolutely crazy. My kids watch this show called Zaboomafoo. It would always show animals, and he had a pet lemur. This place is great. During summer, springtime, they've got all these different meeting areas and different places where they have tutorials, talk about the animals, bring things out, introduce them to the kids. Couple stories out of Business Insider. We're hearing from Deutsche Bank again, talking about how there's a 20% chance that there's going to be a recession and that they see a big economic downturn. Okay, thanks. He keeps saying that, okay? So again, is Deutsche Bank the bank with the problem? Oh, look what just was walking by, guys. Look at this. The Anteater, thanks for showing up. Look at this thing. Look how big the nose is on that guy. So the Anteater, I don't think he wants me to follow him. Okay. The next thing is Twitter just dished up a poison pill to fight Elon Musk with his hostile takeover offer, which is ridiculous because a couple things. Now Elon Musk is a bad guy. Remember that, okay? That's how the world works right now. If you do something innovative and good, Elon Musk is an innovator 3 weeks ago, and now he's a bad guy. So they're going to stop this. They're going to try to stop this with this thing called a poison pill. And what it does is it gives existing shareholders the right to buy shares at a reduced price. It's very expensive for the company. It's going to cost them a ton in litigation. Here comes Mr. So it's going to cost them an absolute ton in litigation. What do you guys think about this? Should he buy Twitter? I think it's a good thing, guys. I really do. I think that we're going to see a lot of different competitors come out of this right now, too. You're going to see video sites. You're going to see different platforms like this that are going to compete against Twitter like they have in other countries. So share your thoughts on this stuff. This place is great. So many places to sit down and take it easy and just be by yourself. There's a large crowd walking through the place, but I love places like this where you've got some privacy and you can hang out. Two things. Lawrence out of Italy wrote me about his winery and that they had problems getting glass before the Ukraine war. Now they cannot get glass at all to make wine bottles. So who knew? Who's hearing about that? You don't hear about stuff like this. And Regina writes me, think about this crime. This is crazy. Regina wanted to buy 100, it was a clutch of chickens. Chicks, okay? She ordered them through the supplier. They get notified from the feed store, wherever they were delivered to, that, hey, your chicks came in, and she has laying hens, so they lay eggs, and she wanted to add to that. Her husband goes and picks up the chicks, and the person at the feed store where she picked them up at said, hey, we're so glad you picked these up because they're getting stolen en masse. And people are stealing live chicks and live poultry items right now en masse. Again, we don't hear about any of this stuff. So again, I appreciate all these stories like this, guys, that I get from around the world. And people have no idea the crime that's coming, the problems that are coming, the supply chain issues that people are having right now. Again, you know, no wine is a crime in the first place, but no glass for the wine bottles, that's terrible. I always like Lauren sends me pictures of his land and everything that they're doing over there. It's very cool. But again, what weird crime are you guys experiencing? Anything you want to send me, the email's below. I'd love to share it with everybody because we're seeing some really crazy stuff. This is only going to get worse, guys. Prepare for anything. Be prepared for absolutely anything that could happen, and communicate with your family, and make sure that you guys are just aware of things like this. Packages, don't leave packages out. There's another anteater over there. Isn't that cool? This one's in the shade walking around. I asked the zookeeper, why do they circle? That's where we feed them. It's one of the spots. So people freak out when they see this last time. They're like, that animal's miserable circling like that. No, that animal knows where the food's at. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Come in camera, come on. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. The Biden administration just announced a man named Michael Barr as the top bank regulator, and he'd have to get Senate approval, but where you've heard this person's name before was he was involved with writing Dodd-Frank back in the day during the last economic meltdown that we had. There's a nice big update for you. Wall Street interns right now. People are complaining about how tough the job is. You know, the average Wall Street intern right now is making $16,000, and about 6 months ago, it went from, you know, this is such a tough job, I can't do it, to making 16 grand a month, to where now there's people waiting in line for this. I love stuff like that. The European Central Bank just announced a kick the can down the road move, just like our Fed, where they're going to cut off stimulus in the third quarter. Okay, guys, we just got done with the first quarter. We got to finish the second quarter. By the end of the third quarter, they're going to finish this. So it's crazy. Okay, so share your thoughts on that. Not a lot of animals, a lot of remodel out here. This place will definitely be good to come back to in a few months when they get everything done. Final story is out of the UK. Think about this. I cannot wait to hear from people from Great Britain to tell me the story about this. They say the average, that there are the 25% of the average 3-year-olds in London, in Great Britain, in the UK, have a social media account. What? How? Why? You know, this is Lexi. She likes cake, play dates, and crapping in her pants. I mean, come on, guys. Really? So do your kids have social media accounts? 25% of 3-year-olds in the UK have a social media account. I can't even believe that, okay, as a parent. So share your thoughts on that. And, you know, just curious as to what you guys think of all this stuff. There's birds in here. Different parrots and things like that. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody, guys. Don't forget the Webull promotion. The link is below if you want to sign up for Webull. Easiest place to trade stocks. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.